Hey guys, it is Tuesday afternoon and it's time for a live, and I am totally flying off the cuff here because I was trying to think of what we could do today, and I have on Paris, I think. Actually, I have on Hollywood, and I did Hollywood 8 days ago, and I had started with the wet and dramatic look, and then I sort of softened them up a little bit, and I just wanted to, maybe I'll do a few things to show you that I talked about in other videos that I didn't have ready, and then if we have time, maybe I could even, I don't know, take off one side and do an application on another side. So remember how I was talking about how to make your morning clamping and evening clamping super easy? Well, my trick is to use their super glitzy eyelash curler. So I take the eyelash curler, I put it on my lashes, and I actually do like a clamp, and I use that, and it actually just really nicely sets that root base where you want to go. And ta-da, you have both of your lashes clamped. So the reason why I was saying I don't mind taking one off for you today is because I've had them on almost for 10 days, and these, hoping one of you is going to jump on and say something that you want to see, because I had a few ideas for today. I was thinking I could either use a liner and do a second line and add some stacking, or I could remove it and put on a new one. And I did a video about maintenance already, and I have done a video about removal already. And I had some of you say that you would like to see a liner look, and then some of you say you would like to see an application look. So I, always try and bite off more than I can chew, and I was going to try and do it all in one video this lunchtime, but I don't know if that can happen. So what I think I might do is I might actually answer some of the questions that I saw on the pages that people have been asking for, and maybe I'll just do some of that. So one of the questions that I saw that was just asked was about the foaming wash, and can you use the foaming wash with your lashes when you're not removing them? And the answer to that is absolutely. So I totally use this with my, as a part of my maintenance. So those of you who saw it, I do actually usually just put it right onto my eye like that, because I'm crazy like that. But, and I rub it in, and this is actually really good for not just your lashes, but it really helps your eyes to get off any, dry skin that you might have. But the most important thing while we're wearing these lashes, ladies, is getting off that oil. We want to make sure that that oil isn't there, because it keeps our lashes on for a nice long time. And when we have our lashes on for a long time, we get to enjoy that, that salon look that we all probably paid an arm and a leg for before, that now we're doing at home and loving. I don't know about you guys, but I'm absolutely obsessed with these, because, oh my gosh, I can change my look whenever I want, and I feel like I don't have burning and stinging eyes anymore, and I can choose exactly the shape that I want for my eyes. For me, lashes are kind of everything, because without them, my eyes are really small. And so the lashes make my eyes really open up. And without lashes, I have to wear a lot of makeup to make that work. When I have lashes on, I feel like, I have a lot more options. So after I have washed that off, then I just use my other one, and I just pat them dry. So that gets off all of the oil and residue that is on there. It also usually gets off any of the lash fallout. So today I'm wearing my lashes under. So for those of you who may not have watched videos or are new to this, there are two ways that people have been showing how they wear their lashes. And the ways that people have been wearing them, the manual will show you, and that's the one that comes with your lashes, the application book, that will show you that you put them over. And that's the way that they suggest that you do it. And so you use your primer first, and you put your primer on. And this is another question that someone was asking, because they were asking, you know, like, what is the order of all of this? And so you put your primer on first. And when you put your primer on, it might make your lashes look a little clumpy, but you can use your tweezers or a spoolie. And a spoolie is one of those lash brushes. So it looks like this right here. That is the spoolie that we're talking about. And you can use this to brush out a little bit. You're not trying to get off the primer, but you are trying to separate those lashes so you have a nice place for the lashes to sit. Some people will use the tweezers to sort of separate them out to make room for where they need to sit. And then the next level or layer is, and it has come in lots of different bottles. All the 2-in-1 bottle is it has the primer on one side, the awesome primer, and the primer you can tell because it has this amazing little wand on it. And then on the other side, it has the bond, and the bond has a little paintbrush on it. So after, what you're going to use is the bond. And so when you look at somebody's lash container or your own, and this is one that I've used, and this is the one that I have on right now, but I didn't want to get it as messy. But if you look at some of the other ones, they're pretty messy. You can see that I use and make a little spot on one of the lily pads, or whatever you want to call them, of my bond here. And I use that so that when I take one of my lash segments, so I'll take one of the lash segments out, and if I'm placing it over top, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my bond on the back side. So you can see there's a curve this way. And if I'm placing it on top, I'm going to place it on this side. So when I put it on, the curve goes up. If I'm going to put it on the underside, I'm going to put my bond on this side so that when I put it on, it will go like this, and it will stick under my eye. And there's a lot of reasons that people do it either way, and I actually go back and forth, but I'll let you in a little secret. I am 5'4". I am kind of on the smaller side. I feel like when I put them underneath, there's very few people that are looking from down up. Nobody can tell at all. I was talking about how today I was going to do a removal on one side and put on new lashes. So I'm going to get some of the oil. I had kind of prepped before because I know that it's a little bit of a short video. So I kind of cheated. It was like a magic of TV, so that we would have time to do it today. So you're supposed to use your stuff and you put it on, a little drop, and you're supposed to wait your 1 to 2 minutes and it bakes it on. But I'm kind of getting busted here that you have to wait and you use your tool to take it off. And then, you know, you'll wait until they come off. If you have to tug, they are not ready. Do not tug on them. They will let you know when they are ready to come off, okay? So if they do not come off, like you just saw right away, and this is intentional that I'm showing you guys, do not take them off. You don't want to damage your lashes in any way. So as you saw, you want them to just slide off. So they should just slide right off, you guys. That is the whole point of why we're doing this and why the ladies at Moitie and 10-hour and 10-day lashes have done such a phenomenal job of coming up with a product that really honors our beauty and our body, which is our lashes, our natural lashes, so that they are not going to, come off on their own. So I will let you guys know that normally, which is why I actually did a little bit before, is that, hi Cherry, is that last time I had both my eyes closed. So when I removed them, and so I had to talk with with both my eyes closed. So today I'm just gonna do one eye. And so when this last piece loosens up, and this last piece I actually, some of the other girls have talked about it too, is I secure the end pieces with a little extra glue and a little extra love. And that's because I sleep and I squish and I squish. And so I want to make sure that when I sleep that they don't come off. So this end piece has had a little bit more glue, which is why it takes a little bit longer for it to come off. But I think it might be ready now, and voila, it is ready. So we're going to now, like some of you said, yes, it is fabulous for the foaming face wash, lash wash, for getting rid of any oil and debris. Also, when you have the oil on your eye, from the removal process, it will also remove that so that you have a totally clean slate for putting on a new lashes. Oh, thank you. I love the Hollywood too. Oh, yes, the foam, the foam. So, yeah, so I have actually been answering some of the questions from the page on the video until now, for those of you who might be joining a little bit late. So there were a few questions that had come up. People were asking about, what does it actually look like with the curler for the morning hack? What is the foaming face wash and can you use it for washing? Somebody else had asked about the 2-in-1 and how does that work? So I've been answering some questions. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the question area, and I'd be happy to answer those. And so I'd also be happy to, bring on somebody else if one of you would like to join. But you know what? I'm going to ask you guys, what lashes should I switch to? So these ones were the Hollywood. Before that, I was wearing my Paris, as you can see, as I showed you guys before. And so what should I do next? And what is the lucky winner? The winner is, dun, 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 New York, New York. So for those that remember, I'm in Seattle now, but I came here from New York. So I actually love New York. I know, I love New York. New York comes in both black and brown, and I have worn both. And so because I am blonde, I can totally get away with the brown, and it is so lovely and gentle that I'm just so happy to have an option like that, especially in the summer. So for me, it is awesome. And I find them to be just really delicate and nice. So hack number 969. Let's see what it is. So I learned it from one of the other ladies on here. While I'm applying, I actually use some rubbing alcohol and I put it into a small container, and I keep my lash applicators, which some call like the lash tweezers. I put them, the tips of them, into it so that when I'm using them, or if I'm switching between them, that if there's any glue or residue on them, so you can see this one has a little bit from the last time, I can just, it really easily cleans that off. And so it makes it really quick to just use it, and I don't have to worry about it sticking when I'm doing like any clamping, or if I'm, putting it on and then, sometimes you're trying to take it off and it like comes with it because you have glue on your little lash applicator. And so I am a collector of lash applicators because I have not yet mastered it. So warning for you, those of you who are watching, I am not perfect. I do not do it without making a mess. This is actually the harder eye to do. It is not the easier eye. And I did that on purpose because I want you to know that it is not like a perfect thing for everybody to do at first. But it gets easier, and cleanup is so easy that, like, why not, right? So, all right, so here we go. We have a clean eye. We have used the foaming lash wash to make sure that we have no residue, nothing left from the oil that was there. We know that it is clean. We are going to take the Bond, and I'm going to be applying under today. I have just mentioned that I spend most of my life with tall people. My kids are both taller than me too. So I like to go under. So if I'm going under, I'm going to be putting my Bond under the eye. This is a very daring feat, using no mirror and just doing it right into the camera. So I cannot guarantee that I will not make a mess everywhere, ladies. But you know what? I tell my kids, if you're not making a mess, you're not having fun. It might be because I really don't like cleaning, but you know what? Let's just live by those words. Okay, so I have put on the Bond, and you'll see that it does look a little bit like a light wash of mascara. I can get a little closer so you can see here, because I do have blonde lashes, so it might be hard for you guys to see, but as I'm swiping up, you can see that they're getting coated. So I talked through it before I did the application, and I said afterwards, you can either use a spoolie or you can use the precision tweezers that if any of your lashes are stuck together, you might want to separate them out so that you can make sure that you have the best landing pad and the most surface area for your lashes to stick to. So I always get this little part in the middle, and so that's where I will separate it out to make sure that I have the area. So the other thing that's important to know is that you don't have to use all of the segments. Sometimes you feel like, well, but they come with all of these, so, I'm supposed to use all of them. You don't have to. I have small eyes. I just got to deal with it, because you know what? These lashes are going to make them look bigger, and more doesn't necessarily make them look bigger. So I just have to deal with it. And I was watching Renee's video earlier today, and I actually learned from her, she doesn't use the outside edge. And I thought to myself, what? I thought, like, gosh, you got to use the outside edge. But you know what? Today, ladies, I'm going to try something new. I am not going to use the very outside edge. I am going to start from the second one in, because I always only use 4 segments. And sometimes on one of my eyes, I actually only use 3. But let's see how this goes. So if you guys recall, I use my Bond, and I put the Bond on one side here of the lily pad. And so I just take a little bit of this out and I swipe it on here to make sure that I get, I would say I do like maybe 2 or 3 swipes, and then I put it away. I like to put the cap on right away because I don't like it to dry out, but you'll notice that I'm not like freaking out that this is kind of drying. And the reason why I'm not freaking out that it's not drying is because I find that I get better results when everything's not wet and slippery. I know, crazy thing. But so next I'm going to take my second to the end segment, and I'm just going to now, because I'm going on the underside, instead of if I was going on the top, I would just do an easy swipe this way, but I have to flip it over So kind of counterintuitive to what you would normally do. And you just flip it over and swipe it on the top there. Or sometimes you can even put it on, just paint it right directly on with the wand right on there. And so then let's see if I'm still on the camera here, and you go right under, and it's from the older days, but you swipe, put them under. And once you put them on, there they are. You can see they're on, they're under, and then you just give them a little clamp. And then I just let them stay for a while. I don't do lots of clamping right out the gate. So the next one I'm gonna grab and put on here. And I'm gonna just swipe the glue again on the top of it here. And I'm going to line it up. And so again, that's the part where, look, I'm not perfect. I got my tweezers in the glue again, and I haven't even got it near my eye. And gonna put it here and release. And it's on. You guys, when you get it, you get it. It's so satisfying, right? Yes, so I have both of the black applicators actually, the beginner and the other ones. So these ones are, I think they're called the beginner ones. And I have a little tear. I have vampire tears coming. I don't have the black ones. Those ones are the bomb, you guys, because they have this special coating on them, which makes them like Teflon nonstick. So good. So, so good. Love those. Okay, so let's do the next one down. And you guys, I'm gonna show you one of my favorite products when we do this cleanup, because I kind of love getting a little bit messy because I love cleaning it up. You guys will see why after. So I put my little bit on there, and I'm going here, and I hope you guys can see this. And on it goes. Boom. And then I'm gonna just come from this side now, just to make sure I can do it, only because these are sharp. I really want to be safe. So I got to make sure that I'm, doing it safe rather than right in the center of the camera. So I apologize. But I love New York. You guys, I love these. They are so awesome. So awesome. Well, actually, okay, I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup on aisle 2. Okay, if you guys have not bought these yet, and this one's almost empty, but I buy so many at a time, you can see. These are the waterproof makeup remover sticks. I love these. So if you get a little bit of glue somewhere around your face, like I do, these Q-tips, they have a little blue line on one side, and if you just crack it on that blue side, you watch the liquid drop to the other side, and then you just use it where you need it. And if you had any on top, which I don't, which is also miraculous, you can just check that out. It just takes it right off. And then I could use a regular Q-tip, or I could just use my cloth here, because I would have to go off camera to grab a Q-tip because I didn't really prepare, to dry it off. So I still have 2 segments to go, you guys. I have the outermost and the innermost. So I'm kind of digging Renee's trick from this morning that I learned about not using the outermost segment. I think because my eyes are smaller, that might be the secret to success for me here. Something that's a new look that I really appreciate. So you guys mess around and try different things. You can even mix and match different lashes. So I'm going to put on this last one, and see how I'm not freaking out that this glue is gonna like dry right away. Like, oh my God, I have to get it on. And if the glue that was here dried, which mine kind of did, I'm not gonna lie. I'm talking, I'm wiping, I'm cleaning. I'm having a good time with you guys. I'm just gonna, I'll do it on camera here. Just put a tiny bit on the inside band right there. And less is more. More glue does not make it last longer in this case. So please don't just lather it up because it will slip and slide all over. So that is like not the solution to getting it to last longer. So I'm gonna put this last segment on right here on my inner corner. And I forgot to clean my tongs. So that's my other little trick there is I'm gonna just clean my tongs. Sometimes I use my finger just to hold it, but it's really just easier to just clean your tongs or your applicator. So I'm just gonna give my applicator a little clean, make sure it's pointing in the right direction so that you can get at it from a good angle. Come up from underneath, make sure it is safe, not past your water line. And then you can go in and give it a nice clamp and lift. Guys, look at that. Seriously, I don't know how long I've been on the air for or on this live, but in this time, I have answered some questions that were on the page. I did a maintenance cleaning, I did a removal, and I added one ion. It can't be more than 15 minutes. I mean, it can be because time flies when you're having fun. But seriously, and look at this eye, you guys. I love New York. I'm freaking out. I love New York. This is so great. So again, I didn't use the outside of this lash here. It's my first time trying not using the outside most piece, and I like it. If I find that I maybe want it to be more dramatic later, I can stack it. So if you don't know what stacking is just layering your lashes. So I can actually just put it in place there right now and show you guys what it would look like. So if I decide to stack it later, then I can do that. So I would just put it on top, most likely if I was going to do a stack, or at least for the showing of it. And it would just enhance the outer corner. Can you guys see that? It's so pretty. So it just gives it a little extra oomph on the outside. I really like it. What do you guys think? And you know what? It really doesn't even need it, but I have it if I want it. So maybe on the weekend I can add it, and I know I have that option. And if not, I've heard of people just making like a spare lash jar and then having like mystery day. I'm totally making this up right now, but I did hear of somebody having a spare little like lash box. But just take your lashes and you can make a pair out of, you know, some of the other ones. Just put them in a sequential order, and why not? Because you guys are the creators and you guys are doing this. You're the lash artist because, you know, this amazing company has given us the tools to become lash artists, and we did it. So thank you guys so much for joining today. I totally have enjoyed today and doing this with you. And if you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them and taking ideas for next week's live. Actually, next week it's going to be on a different day and time because I am going to be away during the regular scheduled time, but I will post what time it's going to be, and I always post it afterwards. So if you'd like to watch it after, it will be up for your viewing. So thanks again for joining, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.